Today's January 5th, 2024. I've briefly touched upon a wedge, but now it carries uh, a bigger meaning behind the wedge. And last night, or the wee hours of this morning, I was trading and I was looking at my trading account undulate and fluctuate. And I ask myself now, is this the way that I'm going to trade in order to support myself financially from day trading? Because it seems like when I'm making those trades, it is based on the guesswork and gambling. And so now how do I alter that trajectory so that I have a higher probability of making a trade, and when I make that trade, then I have a statistical advantage such that when I make that trade, that I know that I have an advantage. That's the kind of trading that I need to do. So I looked at this. I looked at this. The wedge seems to function very well. The wedge pattern. Okay. So essentially, the wedge forms based on. So if I look here, I move these around here, and clear up a few things. So the wedge essentially is this right there. That's the wedge, or a pennant. It's called a pennant. And it moves in a predictable manner once it establishes a direction. Now I could say that I could say that this is a reverse wedge, and it bounced up that way, right? But in this case, I'm looking at this scenario where I see this wedge. I see this wedge. Okay? I'm looking at this wedge, and I'm observing the candle as it starts to move. It's bouncing up and down towards the end of the wedge right here. Okay, so that's the wedge. And then as soon as it creates a candle, as soon as it paints a candle that's right here, and it breaks out of that pennant, then it seems to have created on a statistical basis a direction that it wants to go. And it is probable that when it wants to move, it has collected enough energy in order to move to another place of stability. As it collects and selling pressure occurs. See, the selling pressure occurs. Selling pressure is occurring. If there's buying pressure, this would be reversed. It would be going up that way. But there's selling pressure that's building up. All at the same time, there was some buying going on that attempted to buoy it up. But at this stage, at this point, the final climax is that it punched through whatever the thin line of resistance there was, and then it punched right through and moved to the other area of liquidity, meaning that as soon as it hit this area right here, there is a support that was established. And therefore, when I look at this, it's saying it's like a very thin and large water balloon that has been punctured with a needle. What it will do is because of all that tension, it's going to break, and the water will gush right there. That's a waterfall. That's the waterfall right there, waterfall. So what I can do is when I see this type of a setup, then I can trade it and then take a significant amount of pips from it.